So I thought I'd let you know what my favorite plants are during this quarantine. I was gonna say period, but just during quarantine because it's not really stopped. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Hey Planty peeps, welcome or welcome back to NichesPlants. My name is Kanisha, also known as Niche, and on this channel we talk, live and love plants. So if that's your thing, sit back, relax, hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you don't miss out. Okay, so let's get into it. I thought I would basically let you know what my favorite quarantine plants or favorite plants are during this quarantine period. They're not in any particular order. I'm just gonna go for it. So plant number 1. My first is the Anthurium forgetii. Now some might be like, oh, sorry, fluff. That is now sticking to my tongue from my lip gloss. So the first plant is my Anthurium forgetii. Now, why do I love this plant? Initially, when I saw forgetii and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, they're great, loving them. Oh my god, no sinus," I was a bit like, "Yeah, it's okay." I just really wasn't taken by it, and I understood that it was a pretty beautiful plant, and I understood its uniqueness. Don't get that twisted. I was just a bit like, "No, not for me." But then, the Plant Attic on Insta had a forgetii, and oh my gosh, the foliage, the leaf was so dark. Like, I had to message her and be like, is the leaf this dark as like in real life? Because from what it showed on the camera, it looks really dark. And she did a video and she was like, yeah, look at the comparison. I was just like, I want it, it's mine. Yeah, send me your details, money's in your account. It was just like, it was so nice. And it was literally the dark foliage, and I could just imagine as it matures and the leaf remains dark and the veins are just going to shine on through. So I got a forgetii, not because of the lack of the sinus, but just because of the foliage against the luminosity of the veins, as in I had foresight as to what could be. Yeah, and to be honest, it is like one on the top of my list now. It's like absolutely one of my favorites. So it's become a kind of unexpected joy for me, because every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, look at the sheet, and it's got that pebbled effect on the leaf as well. Like, editing Niche will throw in some images and footage if she's not already, but you'll be able to see the pebbling, well, that pebbling kind of effect on the leaf, and then the sheen and the tones, and it's just like, oh, lovely. So yeah, my Anthurium forgetii. The second one, the second is my Philodendron Florida Beauty. Let's take a moment, please. This plant I've wanted for almost a year and a half. When I first saw this plant, I was just like, it's beautiful, I've got to have it, but where do I find it? Trust me, I was on everything from eBay to Etsy to Facebook to Insta and just looking for Indonesian and Thai sailors, and no one seemed to have it. And I was just like, okay, it's going to take me a while, and the price. I was like, okay, I do want it, but it's going to take me a while to get there. And then earlier this year, just before my birthday, there was a listing on the Facebook group, and I was just like, the level of variegation on this plant, I was just like, I have to have it. I started bidding. I was like, yep, it's my, literally tactics, waited until just as we broke into the last minute, and I was like counting down. I was like, okay, go. I won, as you can see. And it was even more kind of, what's the word? Even more fulfilling to receive this plant, because one, I'd been searching for ages, 2, the level of variegation on this plant, and 3, it was in time for my birthday, which I did in my birthday haul, which is here, you can go and watch that. There's a few other plants in there as well. So yeah, I love this plant, and I've got my first leaf from it. As I expected, the first leaf's not going to have variegation on it, because, you know, it's coming out, it's like, are we cool, what's happening, is everything good, okay, goes back, all right, let's start. And the second leaf now has some variegation on it, as you can see, and it's really, really beautiful. I'm just so in love with this plant. I can't wait for it to grow and just put it on a moss pole and it just to be fabulous, because that is literally what it will be. Fabulous. So the third plant, which was another dream plant, is my Philodendron El Choco Red. And I'm sure you guys, if you watch my channel, if you know me, you probably knew I was going to say that, because I love this plant. The leaves are just round and chubby and fat and just, oh, like they're just, oh, the deep dark velvet, and it's just so smooth to touch with the strong red back. it's amazing. Like whether you're looking at the back or the front, you're just like, you're great. You're just great all round. Plus, I loved it so much I propagated it. So if you've not seen that video, you can watch that there, me chopping up my El Choco Red. And as you guys know, I also did an update. Now I'm thinking to do a care video because they're doing well in my environment. So much so, which I will show you maybe in this video if you guys want it. I've got another growth point coming up on the mother plant. So yeah, if you guys would like me to do a care video on that, let me know in the comments below, and we'll sort that out. So yeah, the El Choco, beautiful heart-shaped leaves, big leaves, round leaves, velvety leaves, dark foliage, bright red backs. It's just stunning. And as you guys know, I want to do a little bouquet of El Choco Reds. Once they get there, put them together and just let them flourish. So it's like an ongoing project, but at the same time, I'm really cherishing every stage of its growth and development because it's lovely. So my fourth is the Norfolk Island Pine. This plant, I saw it initially on Inquisitive Green's YouTube page, not YouTube, yeah, YouTube. And when I saw it, I was just like, oh my goodness, what is that? That's lovely. It looks so delicate and just like flowy, and just, she said it was really soft. And I was like, I want to find this plant. I don't know where I'm going to find it, but it's on my list and I'll get to it. I was shopping with a friend in North London at N1 Garden Centre. It's amazing. I will do a garden shop tour of that because you guys need to see that. It's a beautiful store. Like, it's got everything and anything. It's just wonderful. Anyway, I was shopping there. I wasn't particularly shopping for anything. We were browsing, we were having a looking around, and I saw it. It was just there in the corner on the floor. I was just like, oh my. Literally, it was just, I was like, what? No, this can't be. I had to search for the tag. I was like, it is. So yeah, it's, as you can see, this is mine, and it is lovely. And it's just, it's the foliage, the leaves, the pines. You know what I mean. They're really soft, almost rubbery, but soft. And I just love the way the branches just kind of curve. Like they're just, it's just so delicate and lovely. And I just can't wait for it to grow to a really good size. Like I'll show you a few, or editing Niche will show you a few, and I'll see if I can get a picture of the one that Inquisitive Greens has, because it's absolutely beautiful. So I saw it and I just thought, yeah, this is the one. And obviously as it grows and grows, it'll take a while, but you know, you can decorate it for Christmas and all that, and just, you know, let it do its thing. So that is another favourite of mine because I wanted it. I didn't know where to find it, and it just surprisingly made itself known to me. So my fifth is not a strange one, but it's a Maranta. I'm not really a Maranta girl, but there's two that I really want. One of them is the variegated Maranta, which I have. It's lovely. I was searching. I just wanted a cutting. I didn't want to get a fuel pot. I just wanted the cutting because I wanted a little plant to start off with, just in my bathroom on one of the shelves, and it could just, you know, sit there and just do its thing. And a couple of Insta friends were like, "Oh, I've got a cutting." I was like, "You do?" They were like, "Yeah, we'll send you one." I was like, "Oh, thank you. What do you want from me?" So yeah, one of them I did a little trade, and the other friend sent it across, and she was like, "There you go." And I was like, "Thank you." So that was really nice, and they're doing well. I've got a few growth points. I've got 2 new leaves coming through. I need to pot it up. I know, as you'll see from all the roots, they're doing well, but I do actually need to pot it up now and then just let it be. But it's beautiful. The only other Maranta I'd say I'm looking for is the Maranta Silver Band. So if any of you guys know where I can get a cutting, please do comment below or hit me up on Insta, IG, which is niche_plants, because I really want that, and that would go just under the section where this variegated Maranta would go in the bathroom, and they would just look really nice. So yeah, so following that, what number are we on now? 6th favorite quarantine plant is the Philodendron pastizanum. So I ordered this plant, well, not really ordered it, I bought it from a collector hobbyist who's in Europe, and it got to me damaged. It didn't have any leaves on it, which I expected, but the new caterpillar that I did that was going to produce the next leaf was bent and pretty much broken. I was so upset. I've actually got a video of that unboxing, which I'll link here so you can see that if you want. And I was just like, oh my gosh, so I'm gonna have to cut parts and rehab it, which I did, and it did really well. Like I did a little kind of update on my Insta about how it was growing and developing, and again we'll put in some footage, and now it's beautiful and it's got its third leaf on the way and it's just doing really well. And again, it's got those kind of pillowy leaves, which I really like. So ideally, I'd have a plant either side of the TV, one being the Pastazanum, and then the other, which is also one of my favorite quarantine plants, is the Philodendron McDowell. Royce, over here. Good boy. Now, the McDowell is hybridized. Its parent plants are the Philodendron Pastazanum and the Philodendron gloriosum. But I absolutely love this plant because of its pillowy leaves. Like, it's pillowy beyond pillows. Like, I look at it and I just think, oh, I know you can't do this, but you just want to hug it. Like, just, yeah, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful, beautiful plant. I love the 3D effect of the leaves. I love the deep green. I love the heart shape. It's just very, what's the word? Not fanfare like, but it just kind of, you know, I feel like you'll kind of get what I mean. It's lovely. And just to think, there's the TV, Pastazane on one side, McDowell the other side. It's just like, oh, give it to me. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's lovely. And when I first got it, which I imported it from Indonesia, you can watch that here so you can see what it's like when I got it to what it in comparison to what it's like now. The leaves were still cute, they were nice, and the first leaf came through and I was like, oh, lovely. Second leaf came through and I was just like, whoa. Now I've got a third leaf coming up through. I'm really excited to see what it looks like and how big it gets. So obviously I'll keep you updated, but it's beautiful, so beautiful. And then following that, I would say this next plant is, I think, plant number 8 now. When I first saw it, probably about 6 months ago, I was like, I want that plant. And I was looking at everywhere from Etsy to eBay to Facebook to Insta, just random Google searches, and I just couldn't find it anywhere, like nowhere. The 2 people that I saw that had it, which was via IG, they were in Australia. So I was like, oh, okay. And I don't know them, so it's not like I can be like, hey, not that you see someone's plant and just say, hey, can I have a cutting, thanks. You don't do that. But it was just like, okay, I'm gonna have a hunt for this. And then I was looking at the Indonesian and Thai sellers that I have on my IG, and I was just like, no one has this plant, like nobody. And then one of my IG friends has it, and she's up north, and I was just like, envious, but I'm happy for you, so happy. Literally, it's just, oh, it's beautiful. It's that plant where, and again, it's another hybridized plant. So the parents are, and if you know your plants well, you'll figure it out, is the Sodoroi and the Verrucosum philodendrons. So when the light hits this leaf, it's got a silver tone to it. So it's like the light hits it and it's like, hey, yeah. Like hits it again, it's like, hey, yeah. And you're just like, oh, don't tease me. It's gorgeous. And then the back's just got a little hue of red to it, and it's just, oh, it's lovely. It's really lovely. So I have this plant. I do, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so excited to see how it grows. And it came to me via a trade. So an individual that I liaise with, talk with, chat to on Insta, was just, I've basically, on my IG page, I've got a wish list highlight so people know what I'm looking for, what I want. And they were like, hey, wonder if you'd be open to a trade. I've got this, I see you have that. Let me know your thoughts. I was like, oh, do you have pictures? So exchanged a few pictures, was like, yeah, trade is on, definitely. I'm not saying no, couldn't say no, wouldn't say no. That plant is mine. So I just, yeah, oh, amazing. Biggest thanks to that individual for just being like, hey, are you open to this? Like, do you know what I mean? Sometimes you see something you might feel a way about, saying, hi, would you be, wanting to trade? But it's a question. If you ask people to trade, fine, it's cool. It's not like you're just saying, hey, I see you got that plant, can you take top cutting for me, please, and send it my way? We don't do that. But a trade, great way to do things. So yeah, it's doing really well. It's giving me new shoots in regards to roots, which I know then it's happy. And also I see the spike off a new leaf. So what I'm going to do is, once that new leaf comes through and unfurls, I will transfer it to moss/perlite, because I did that with my Florida Beauty and for my cross Atapoense billieti. And the roots are really chunky, really furry, really nice. So they obviously like that. So I want to do that for the majestic. Sorry, until now, I didn't even say what the plant was. It's a Philodendron majestic. Like, obviously you've seen the imagery. Like, if you didn't know, I'm sorry. I got so into it. It's, yeah, Philodendron majestic. But yeah, I want to put it in moss and perlite. just to make sure the roots are really strong. I want it to be a strong hardy plant. Once I get the third leaf, I'll then put it onto a moss pole so it can grow and just give me huge leaves. That's the plan anyway. So let me know what your favorite plants are in quarantine. Have I mentioned any of the plants that I've mentioned on your wish list? Now I know some of you might actually want the El Choco Red or Philodendron El Choco Red, or might know people that do. If so, send them my way, send them to my Instagram, because as some of you may know, I have a few El Chocos and I will be selling. So not all of them, okay, yay. But at the moment I will be selling one early new year. I'm currently sending notifications out on my IG stories, and I'll probably sell, I'm thinking IG or Facebook. It'll probably be Facebook, to be honest, but if you're on Insta, follow me so you can get the updates. If you're not on Insta, then email me, emails down in the description below, and let me know if you're interested or know someone who is, so I can keep you updated and let you know when it goes on sale. So that's the Philodendron El Choco Red. Editing niche will probably throw in a picture so you know what it looks like. But for now, dare to dream, live to grow, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.